this is fun because we have two type A's together. Hi, Jerry Pujals here with the Pujals team and Coldwell Banker Brokers of the Valley, sitting here with my friend and fellow realtor Gary Mooers in Maui, Hawaii.
Aloha.
And aloha is right. Gary, I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. You know, we
Sure.
do a lot of business in Napa. You do a ton of business here in Maui. And obviously, we always think of which realtors that produce kind of at the level we produce, we like to refer business to. And we looked you up, and you clearly are the guy over here. So we want to start that relationship and send you some of our Napa clients over to the islands. But
I like that.
I love it. And the first thing that I would ask you is, without the obvious, but what are the draws to Maui? What do you feel are some of the draws for people either looking for second homes or retiring?
Well, I can speak from personal experience.
Oh, there you
It's
go.
Probably the best way to
There
go.
you go.
It was about 18 years ago or so. My wife and I came here. It was our first trip, her first trip, my second trip to Maui, and we were out on a scuba dive boat, right? And we're out at Lanai,
Yeah.
scuba diving, and I'm down at 30 feet deep, and it's in February,
Wow.
right? Where it's pretty darn cold in California, where we lived
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
time. And I looked at my computer, and it was 30 feet deep, February, 78 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going,
It was
tapping
easy.
my computer, going, wait a minute, this isn't right, you know. But it was right. It was 78 degrees in February at 30 feet deep, and I mean, a really warm day in Southern California oceans is 67, right?
Yeah.
67 degrees, and here
Yeah.
it is 78 degrees in February. So that was the first thing. But then, you know, we're in Kaanapali Beach, and standing on the beach. This was the first beach that I'd ever been to in Maui. And we'd been to the other islands. We'd been to the Big Island and Oahu and Kauai, and they were beautiful places to visit. But it never even occurred to us to live in Hawaii till we got to Maui. And I'm standing on that beach in Kaanapali, and my feet are in the sand. I'm just going, oh my gosh, the sand, it's so soft, you know, because I'm
different.
so used to the sand in California, which
Yeah.
is grainy, big, you know, grains of sand, and this stuff is like powder, white powder. And it's just, that was an amazing thing. Needless to say, I grew up in Southern California. I was a beach bum, you know.
Yeah.
From the time I was old enough to take the bus to the beach,
Yeah.
I was a beach bum. And so when I found the beauty here in Maui, and then it didn't occur to me to live here. But on the 8th day of our 10-day vacation, my wife says, I could live
Wow.
here. And that's when I thought, well, actually, the first thing I thought was, okay, whatever. You know,
Yeah,
just
sure.
kind of roll my eyes. And then she told me to pull over because she wanted to go get a hat in the shopping center, right? So I pull over. We were supposed to be just driving on the North Shore, just doing a little sightseeing, right, that day. And we only have 2 days left in our vacation, and I pull over for her to get a hat, and she's not coming back out from the shopping center. So I go in and I find her in the real estate office.
Wow.
And she had a list of properties.
Wow.
She's got this big grin on her face. We're going to go look at properties, you know. And so that's what we did for the rest of our vacation. Before we left, we had our house picked out, and we were living here 4 months later. That was 17 years ago.
Wow, man.
And raised our 2 girls here. Best lifestyle decision I've ever made, period. I mean,
Amazing.
best lifestyle decision ever made. And I don't regret it one little bit. It's just incredible. I still have to pinch myself every day. You know, living in Maui, of all places on the planet.
Yes.
You know, to be able to live here and have a lifestyle like we have, you know, this beautiful weather, these beautiful places, everywhere you look. I still don't get bored with looking up at the mountains
Yeah.
and looking at the ocean and, you know, playing volleyball in the sand.
That's awesome.
And, you know, scuba diving and just, or even just going for a drive, you know, getting my wife in the car and we'll go up for croissants up country, you know, just because it's a beautiful drive.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing. The draw is incredible, you know.
Let me ask you this. What would you say to somebody looking to make their transition into Maui? We have a lot of people throughout the state of California that would like to retire and end up here, or the ones that are looking for second homes. What would you say to those people in respect to the island and island living?
Well, the first thing is that they should dial 808-891-8989 and ask for Gary Mooers.
Well, I love that because I was going to ask you for your contact information,
That's
but
right.
that actually leads me to, if you're going to call Gary, I want you to make sure that you say Jerry and Susan told you to call Gary.
That's right.
Because I think he's going to take special care of you once he knows that we're referring you and recommending you. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
and we
I'll take
look
special care of everybody.
We
but
look forward to doing that. Yeah, we
I'll
look
take
forward to
special
doing
care
that.
of you, especially.
Thank you, thank
Yeah,
you.
exactly.
So yeah, what would you say?
Well, the first thing is, if you're going to pay cash, then it's easy.
Yeah,
And if you need to have a job, then you need to find a job.
yeah,
If you're coming to Maui and you need to find a job, you should stay in the same industry that you're already in wherever you are. Because
For the
then-
financing?
For financing, because
Yeah.
then you can qualify for a loan right away.
yeah,
If you're changing industries, then you need a certain seasoning period
yeah.
before you can get a new loan. So
Yeah.
in that case, you're gonna have to rent when you first move here as opposed to buy.
Sounds like you've been exposed to a lot of different clients with
Yeah.
a lot of different needs.
Yeah, I help people, for example, I mean, I have closed multi-million dollar transactions here on Maui, and I'm in escrow right now on a $140,000 leasehold
Yeah.
condo
Yeah.
over on the west side, so.
Yeah, you're very
I
much
do.
like us. Just-
I don't turn down
Yeah.
people that want help.
Yeah, that's
And
amazing.
So, yeah,
Good.
absolutely.
Well, that's part of the reason why we looked you up, because we knew that.
Mm.
And it's very parallel to the way we do business, so thank you for that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm happy to help.
Well, and at the end of this, I'm gonna make sure that I put Gary's information for you. Anything else you'd like to say about Maui? Anything that I may have not thought to ask you without putting you too much on the spot?
Well, I mean, you haven't asked me where is a good place for you to go for dinner. And
Yeah, tell me,
I can tell you.
tonight's our last night in Maui. Where should we go for dinner?
Well, if you want a really simple dinner, there's one place. If you want a nice, fresh seafood kind of dinner in a fancy place, I'd say go maybe to Spago's right over here at the Four
That's a
Seasons.
good idea.
That's a great spot.
That's a good idea.
If you want something kind of in between those two, Tommy Bahama's right here in the mall is
Very handy,
is,
huh?
is a good place. If you want something simple, we've got a little place called Cafe Olay, which is across the street from the beach. Not big views or anything, but good fresh fish, and that kind
Love
of
it,
thing.
love it.
Tons of choices, though. I mean, we get this year. I think we're going to get 2.8 million visitors, and a huge chunk of them come down to this part of the island because it's so beautiful down here in the Wailea area. So we have some really good chefs and some really good food down here.
Oh, well.
Lots of good choices.
We've appreciated that, and
Yeah.
we look forward. We come once or twice a year, so we look forward to continuing the relationship with you. We'd love for you to come visit us in Napa Valley, and we actually own a vacation property over there, so you can come over, stay anytime. It's not.
I'll take you up on that
It's
one
not
these days.
it's not the Grand Wailea, but it's a nice home, so you can come and enjoy the wine country.
Good.
And we love to tour you around. So again, thank you all for watching. I want to just kind of share with you that if you have any questions, make sure you put them in the bottom of this material, and we're going to make sure that Gary or I answer any other questions for you. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel for any real estate tips that you might need. And as usual, thanks for watching. Until next time.
Aloha.
Mahalo. Aloha. Thanks, Gary.
Sure.
Appreciate
That
it.
went great.